us through the rest of the session. Dr. Banerjee.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all my friends from the media, participants who have joined us on Facebook Live, and of course, members of the BITSoM family. These are unprecedented and difficult times, and I really hope all of you are keeping safe. Our first message for the day is from Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla. Mr. Birla needs no introduction. As you all know, he is the chairman of the Aditya Birla Group. He is also the chancellor of BITS Pilani and chairman of the governing council of BITSoM. It is his vision that is behind the creation of BITSoM, and we look forward to hearing from him.
Thank you for joining this event. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. I recognize that we are connecting at a time when an invisible virus has upended all our lives yet again. Globally and in India, the second wave of COVID-19 has been far more brutal, testing our collective resilience. The pandemic in the last 12 months have again shone a spotlight on not just the role of nations, but also of societies, companies, and individuals in creating better outcomes for all of us. This unsettling period has also driven home one reality, more than any other. The only way to beat the virus is through science and collaboration. We often underestimate the power of a common purpose. Today, I'm here to talk about a partnership that has been built on the foundation of common purpose, a partnership between an iconic global school and an energetic startup incubated by a storied institution. It is my pleasure to announce that BITS School of Management has struck a strategic partnership with the London Business School. Both BITSoM and LBS are tied together by a common purpose, that of creating global leaders and using management education as a force for good. When we set out to build BITSoM, we were clear in our ambition of creating a global business school. The stellar global faculty that underpins the new age curriculum was a key instrument in bringing alive that aspiration. And now with this partnership, we are adding a powerful new dimension, that of global exposure. BITSoM students will now have the choice to undertake a specially curated 2-week immersion program at LBS. The immersion program will deepen their understanding of global and cross-cultural leadership and expose them to a new wave of global entrepreneurial energy. This will no doubt be an inspiration for exploration, and it will enable our students to truly embrace a global mindset. Just talking about this immersion program transports me to a glorious time 3 decades ago. I pursued my management education then in what now seems like a very different world. The idea of logging into a class from a computer 5,000 miles away would have left my dean, Professor George Bain, quite speechless. But in the 2 years that I spent on campus, I realized that LBS isn't just a business school. It is in fact a melting pot of ideas, connections, cultures, experiences, and of course, entrepreneurship. The LBS experience allowed me to build reserves of leadership capital. It also gave me the innate confidence to engage with a global mindset and place audacious international bets after taking charge of the Aditya Birla Group at the age of 28. I know what an LBS exposure can do. And so I am excited that a wider cohort of students will now have the opportunity to sample this LBS experience. Beyond the campus experience, what also makes LBS stand apart from other global business schools is its stellar faculty, many of whom are renowned global thought leaders. BITSoM will now have access to this top-notch LBS faculty to teach at mutually acceptable terms. The faculty pool of BITSoM has already been drawn from leading business schools globally, and this collaboration with LBS will now further elevate the academic experience of students. LBS and BITSoM will also explore the possibility of creating a joint program encouraging executive education for women leadership. BITSoM is committed to bringing international quality executive education exclusively for women leaders in India. Personally, I see this as a significant investment in changing the landscape of boardrooms in India. As BITSoM and LBS embark on this new journey, guided by their common purpose, I'm excited at the impact that this could have. Even in a socially distanced world that seems to be in a state of torpor, we must not lose faith in the power of high quality education to make a difference. No pandemic can change that. The arc of human progress, after all, bends north. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Birla, for that announcement. Now that you've heard the announcement, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our second speaker of the day, Mr. Francois Otalo-Mahane. He is the 9th Dean of London Business School, a position he has held since August 2017. Dean Francois serves on the Internationally Advisory Board of British American Business and on the Board of Directors and Innovation Committee of the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, known to many of us in Indian academia as AACSB. Let us listen to the message from Dean Francois.
Hello, I am Francois Ortalo-Mahane, Dean of London Business School. Today I'm delighted to announce our new partnership with BITS School of Management. At London Business School, we exist to have a profound impact on the way the world does business and the way business impacts the world. We achieve this purpose by engaging our global community of degree students, executive education participants and alumni around opportunities to think, to learn and to connect. Everything we do is anchored in the academic research of our faculty and enriched by the talent and the diversity of our community. We are very proud of the accomplishments of our faculty and alumni. And today I am delighted to celebrate a new strategic partnership for London Business School with Mr. Kumar Birla, one of our most accomplished alumni, who has not only been most successful as a business leader, but has also demonstrated an unparalleled commitment to education. This gives us great pride because as an alumnus of London Business School, he is contributing in the most outstanding manner to our purpose of profound impact. London Business School has a long-standing relationship with India. Every year, we welcome outstanding students from India to our programs, resulting in a sizable presence of alumni from the country who are today in positions of leadership in India and around the world. Our partnership builds on this long-standing relationship fostered in many ways, thanks to the leadership and generosity of Mr. Birla. Over the years, he has funded numerous research initiatives with the Aditya Birla India Center, which generated insights about business in India and amplified the impact of our research widely across our community. We have carried on this momentum through our Wheeler Institute for Business Development, continuing research in India and adding a breadth of learning opportunities for our students through global business immersions across India. More recently, we were delighted to honor with Mr. Birla to honor his grandfather with the creation of the London Business School's most prestigious and largest endowed scholarship program. This fund attracts the very best and brightest students to London Business School from India and around the world. As BK Birla scholars, they embody academic excellence and high leadership potential. This next generation of leaders will carry on the legacy of BK Birla and his ideals of integrity, dedication, and service to humanity. I am impressed by the vision and mission of BITS School of Management. We at LBS, we are keen to help the school train purpose-driven individuals from diverse backgrounds who are willing to embrace change and embark on a transformative journey with BITSoM. This journey will include the opportunity for BITSoM students to come to LBS and our campus in London, the opportunity for LBS faculty to engage with BITSoM faculty and their students, and the opportunity for us together to create new pathways for women in India to advance their careers towards positions of leadership. A special thanks to Mr. Birla and Dean Rajan for this partnership. My colleagues and I look forward to working with them in the months and years to come, and together we will have profound impact in India and the world.
Thank you so much for those words of wisdom, Mr. Birla and Francois. Francois, I would especially like to thank you, Louise, Tina, Lamia, Andrew, Tim, and the rest of the team at LBS for their support and cooperation in helping us build this partnership. We at BITSoM are delighted to have LBS as a strategic partner. This is an important marker of our global offering and has to be seen in the broader context of our value proposition. BITSoM aims to nurture future leaders who are ready to take on the world. Increasingly, business is done across national boundaries, time zones, and cultures. In the last year, we've also seen that technology and circumstance have refined the boundaries of what can and cannot be done remotely. This has many implications in terms of building the curriculum and learning experience for a future-ready business school. I will just mention 4 points here. Number one, analytics and digital technologies are deeply embedded in the way the world does business. We can no longer restrict these areas to a specialized course or set of courses in the second year of a program. Analytics and digital technologies will be deeply embedded in both the first and second year. This is something differential which we address in our curriculum. Adaptability, the ability to reflect and learn and collaborate across silos is becoming increasingly critical. This requires a blend of hard and soft skills, what we call IQ and EQ, and we have addressed this through a unique set of courses on winning in the workplace. Our curriculum needs to be current in terms of both theory and practice, and we have addressed this by having the best global faculty and practitioners teach at BITSoM. Finally, the ability to work across boundaries of culture and language and to do business in a global setting requires both cross-cultural appreciation and understanding and the ability to interact with and impact business across contexts. This is where an immersion in a global context and with a global business school can make a difference. There's been a lot of talk in management of what we call the knowing-doing gap. As a simple example, you do not learn how to read a bike purely by reading about the theory of how to ride a bike. You have to try, you have to fall, get up, ride again till you acquire the right balance. Once you acquire this balance, it stays with you for life. Cross-cultural intelligence implies the ability to interact with people across boundaries of culture, assumptions, language, traditions, and more. It requires an ability to understand deep similarities and accept and celebrate differences. We are pleased that BITSoM students will have the opportunity to undergo an immersion at LBS that addresses both knowing and doing. They will learn about global strategy and innovation, understand aspects of cross-cultural intelligence, and participate in a simulation which is designed for a multicultural business setting. They will also meet up with promising entrepreneurs from London's rich and diverse entrepreneurial ecosystem and attempt to solve the business problems of entrepreneurs in a global setting. Their solutions will be presented back to the entrepreneurs themselves, and the cycle of knowing, doing, and reflecting will create an unforgettable experience. Our students will get an opportunity to interact with the LBS MBA cohort and through innovative experiential learning activities, take a deep dive into the city of London and all it has to offer. We believe that this immersion can help our students to see themselves and the world of business through a rich and diverse lens. At BITSoM, we plan to have a personal development plan for every student, and the immersion can create new experiences and integrate well with this plan. Finally, many LBS faculty are global thought leaders, and our students will have the opportunity to benefit from their wisdom through our faculty partnership. We are excited to partner with LBS to enhance the BITSoM experience, and we hope that this partnership will help us break new ground in the months and years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I would like to thank all the participants who connected with us on Facebook Live.